As I progress in my photography journey, it's becoming clear to me now that I'm becoming more and more interested in photographing things that I would never have considered photographing before. And today is no exception to that. I've come to the beautiful Berghead, the village that I was born and brought up in pretty much most of my childhood. And the part of the world, I guess, that inspired me, pretty much completely this place inspired me to get into photography in the first place. And while I photographed the beach so many times, the sunset so many times, this beautiful pier, the headland, the sea, and all the scenery around here, one thing I've never really thought about shooting is the fishing boats and the more intricate details of what the fishing and the community here really entails in order to carry out their work. So right here at the harbour there's a lot of fishing boats. It's quite a commercial harbour, and within that I'm starting to realise now the amount of opportunities that are available, from boats reflecting on the nice calm waters to beautiful images of the ropes and abstract shots of the textures and patterns around it. So today I'm shooting something completely different. I'm photographing the ropes and the beautiful textures and patterns within them, and it is totally opening my mind up to these new opportunities that, like I say, I've never thought about shooting before, and I'm finding it so incredibly exciting. No matter where you live, there is so many opportunities for photography that you've never explored before. And to come back here, a location that I photographed so many times, and still to be finding new opportunities, it is just blowing my mind, and I am loving this process. What I'm finding with this being a commercial harbour is that there's of course a lot of people going around, people walking their dogs, people just chatting and having a good catch up, and of course the fishermen that are on their boats sorting things out for their next trip out to sea. And because of that I don't really feel comfortable walking around this harbour and vlogging right beside the boats themselves. So I'm going to speak you through my process today of walking around this harbour and picking out photographic opportunities. What I'm doing really first and foremost is looking at the ropes. Now these boats are moving with the current of the sea and the water, and as they're doing so the boats are tightening and slackening and tightening and slackening, and the ropes are going from being really tight together to wide open, and this is producing some really interesting shapes and patterns. And with the incredible sharpness of the Z lenses I'm able to pick out some of this amazing detail within the ropes. And the main thing I'm doing is, because it's quite a grey overcast day today, the sea is very dark, and because of that I'm underexposing my image by a stop, which is allowing the ropes, especially the brighter coloured ropes, to really pop against this dark, foreboding background. So that's my sort of thought process today really. It's about looking for these slightly different things, being very mindful about the boats, their movements, and how everything that's tying them up and allowing them to stay within the harbour is affecting them. And yeah, good timing there. A nice boat coming out to show you some of the subjects that I'm shooting today. I found this process so therapeutic. I usually struggle to do photography in places like this because I get distracted by the workings of the harbour. By mindfully focusing on these ropes, I was able to remove the distractions and worry of people watching me, and this allowed me to relax and enjoy the photographic process. You know, as I progress with my photography, I'm starting to realise just how important it is to move away from those iconic photographs, the shots that we all shoot, the ones that we're kind of learned to shoot, those iconic images, those iconic scenes, and trying to shoot something a little bit different, to find your voice, to find something that really ignites your soul. And photographing these ropes, although it's a commercial type of thing that I'm shooting today, it's really showcasing the heritage and the history of this place and what this place is being used for, and really trying to enjoy that and to tell a story within my photography, but not looking at the boats as a whole, just looking at those smaller areas of them and trying to find beauty in what some would consider to be mundane.
It wasn't all about the ropes though. I felt very drawn to the boat's reflections on the water too. I'm always very drawn to colour, but I found some of these images looked more striking in black and white. There were some images that I couldn't decide whether I preferred them in colour or as black and white, so I saved them as both. The final image I captured was of a boat with the word trust written on its bow. I thought this was a great reminder of learning to trust our instincts when looking for photographic opportunities. Someone asked me recently how I decide what to photograph when I'm out with my camera. I replied saying, I trust my intuition and let it guide me. Every image in this video has showcased me doing just that. I've allowed my eye to think outside the box and used my intuition to guide me towards different photographic opportunities.
I've just been speaking to a client about the fact that there's a lot of photographers out there who believe that they have to jump on a plane or a boat and travel the world or travel to other countries or areas in order to do photography. But what this video I hope will show to you is that no matter where you are or how long you've been doing photography and photographing the same place, there is new photographic opportunities everywhere. Now of course photographing ropes is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and a few years ago it definitely wouldn't have been mine. But now that I'm opening my eyes up to different photographic opportunities and different ideas, I'm beginning to photograph things I would never have looked at before, like these ropes and these fishing boats and everything that goes on here. But I guess I'm realising that no matter what the weather, as you can see today, very grey overcast, there's no colour really or definition in the clouds today. It's a very washed out day. So doing generic landscape photography today would just result in very flat, boring images, unless you were potentially doing black and white photography. But by shifting my focus to something a little bit more abstract and more intimate within the landscape around me, and focusing on the commercial element of this place rather than the natural beauty, I've found new photographic opportunities, new things to shoot that actually are exciting me, because I'm seeing the beauty that goes into creating ropes, the shapes and the textures within those ropes as they're intertwined together, and being able to capture that on camera with the textures and the colours and the different blues and murky tones of the water underneath these ropes, and the colourful boat reflections on the water underneath them as well, has allowed me to come away with some images today that I am pretty happy with. They're very simple, but generally speaking, the more simple your images, the better they are, the more captivating they can be. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video. It's been quite a quick, short one. I've not done too much speaking. But I've opened my eyes up to things today, and I hope this has opened yours eyes up to things as well. So yeah, as always, I want to say a huge thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time.